Welcome to our tutorial on creating a parameterized server action with NextJS. First, we begin by importing NextRequest and NextResponse from Next server. These are built-in objects that will help us handle incoming requests and formulate responses within our server action. Next, we declare an asynchronous action function that will be exported from the module. This function is the main handler for our server action. It will process incoming requests and generate the appropriate responses. Within the action function, we are destructuring the resource ID from rec_next_URL query. This allows us to extract the resource ID parameter directly from the query string of the incoming request URL. We then define a constant resource by awaiting a call to a hypothetical function database API call. This function is expected to interact with our database to fetch the data corresponding to resource ID. In a real-world scenario, this function should be implemented to suit your database architecture and queries. Once we have our resource data, we prepare a response. We instantiate a new NextResponse object, converting our resource object into a JSON string. This ensures the client receives the data in a proper JSON format. We set the HTTP status code of our response to 200. Indicating that the request has been successfully fulfilled and that the corresponding resource is being sent in the response. Additionally, we specify headers for our response. Here we are setting the content type to application, JSON, which informs the client that the body of the response is formatted as JSON. Now, let's look at our example database API call function. For demonstration purposes, this function simply returns a mock resource object. In a live application, you would replace this with your actual database fetching logic. The object returned mimics a database record with an ID, name, and description.